Can you please tell us your first name and your age?
My name is Amy and I'm 34.
What does it mean to be you?
I can answer that in a bunch of different ways. Being me is being optimistic, it's being creative, it's being exploratory. I think there's also an element though that's a little less easy to define, that's more about allowing myself to be myself, not being afraid to be weird or to say something stupid in a group of people, not being afraid to try new things, and being really conscious of the way I'm growing and changing. And I think embracing that and acknowledging it and being really aware and present with how you're changing is an important part of being you.
What does it mean to be perfect?
There's really no such thing as perfection. Perfection would be so boring because there's nowhere to go from there. When you're perfect, everything is set, everything is done, there's no room for improvement. And I think the most perfect thing you can be is vulnerable and authentic and open to growth and change.
What does it mean to be 34?
Woof. It means everyone wants to know when I'm going to have kids, which is so annoying. I will say I like my 30s better than my 20s in a lot of ways. My 20s were super fun and my metabolism and my skin were amazing, but the 20s are so much more confusing and you're immature and you're trying to figure out what life is and who you are still. And I look back at who I was in my 20s now and I feel like, oh my God, she was a jerk. She was so immature. She was so silly. She was so confident in things that she didn't deserve to be confident in. So I think there's a lot of confidence that comes with being 34.
What does it mean to be kind?
Being kind means being accepting of people's differences, not judging people harshly for decisions they maybe have made or mistakes they've made. It means being empathetic and understanding that everyone is coming from their own place, from their own point of view, and just because you may not understand something about them doesn't mean it's wrong or that there's not something behind it. I think it also means being open to other people, listening to their point of view, wanting to learn and understand about their lives and who they are, because everybody wants that. Everybody wants to be seen. And I think when you can really reach out and accept people and want to know people and learn about people, that's kind of the ultimate kindness.
What does it mean to be a friend?
Being a friend means you're there for someone when they need you. It means you think about them and want to do things to make them happy just because it makes you happy when they're happy. It means loving unconditionally, accepting that your friends maybe don't always feel the way you do about things, or they maybe don't always do things that you would do or that you think are the right thing, but letting them have their own journey and make their own mistakes and just being there to support them. Even if you don't support what they do all the time, you still support them and you want the best for them and you want them to be happy.
What does it mean to be successful?
Successful means a lot of different things. I think if you can find a measure of happiness in your life though and feel content with where you are and what you have and feel positive about the future, I think that's success. I don't think it's about having a lot of money or having really nice things. I definitely want a lot of money and I want nice things, but that's not what success is. For me, I want to be happy in my marriage. I want to have a good, strong relationship with my husband. I want us to always be growing in our relationship. I want to have a career or hobbies or passions that make me feel fulfilled and make me feel excited and make me feel passionate and get me excited and creative and wanting to learn and grow.
What does it mean to be confident?
Confidence means feeling good about who you are, the good things and the bad things about who you are. It means accepting that you are flawed and not being ashamed of your weaknesses, but being able to admit them and just acknowledge, yeah, that's who I am. I'm not perfect. On my second date with my now husband, he told me that I am weird and awkward and spastic. And it was a very strange thing because I was like, I thought you liked me. But I came to realize that he didn't like me despite those things. He liked me because I'm weird and because I'm awkward. And it really let me be myself more than just about anything anyone has ever said to me. I still think it's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me, because I realized, yeah, I can be weird and people can like me. If people don't like me because I'm weird, then they don't like me. But I'm weird and it's who I am, and for the most part, people do kind of like it.
What does it mean to be present?
Being present is sometimes more easily said than done, but it means being in the moment and embracing what is happening right now at this time in this place. It doesn't mean other things aren't popping into your head. Maybe you're stressed about work or you're thinking about all the things you have to do later that day, but it's being able to say, okay, that's there. I'm just going to put it aside and I'm going to focus on what's here. And I think that's what being present is being able to say, there is nothing to do right now but this.
What does it mean to be human?
It means being imperfect, flawed, scared, happy, searching. It means wanting more and trying to find more. It means exploration and discovery. I think one of the greatest things about the human race, and maybe one of the worst things too, but one of the greatest things is the curiosity that we have. And if there's something that's even remotely possible, humans are going to find a way to do it. We're going to get there because we can't leave things unexplored.
What does it mean to be in love?
I think too many people think love is something that happens to you. It hits you like a lightning bolt and you're out of control. It's just, it happens to you and you're passive. But love is a verb. It's something you do. It's something you choose to do. It's something you choose to do even when you don't feel in love. You can be so mad at someone and so annoyed at someone, and maybe you don't feel in love with them right then, but you choose to love them anyway. You choose to have their back. You choose to support them. You choose to come back to them and work through differences.
What does it mean to be an adult?
Is anyone ever an adult? I feel like no one ever really grows up in a way. No one ever really knows fully what they're doing. It's just taking it a day at a time and learning as you go. I guess an adult is more or less anyone who's older than you and has more wisdom.
What does it mean to be lucky?
It can mean multiple things. I think I'm lucky that I was born to hardworking parents who were successful in their careers and financially very warm-hearted, generous people. That's a circumstance I didn't choose, but it's one that I ended up in. I think that makes me lucky. I also think there's an element of luck that comes after the fact, or just being able to recognize what makes you lucky, or being able to identify things that happened in your life that were significant into making you who you are, or were significant into putting your life on the path it's in. That's a form of luck, when you are able to recognize that something happened that put you on a good path.
What does it mean to be a family?
Obviously there's blood relations, and that's one definition of family. It also means people who you love and who you want in your life and who you always want to be in your life. My best friend is my family, even though we're not related. The word family, the idea of family, just brings to mind a group of people who love each other and are bound together through one way or another. I think there's warmth and caring and support and love.
What does it mean to be popular?
It's such a bad word, I think, because it takes me back to high school when being popular was important. I don't know why the popular kids were always mean. I think the right way to be popular, being popular is being liked or being admired. And I think too many people sometimes think it's important and it's what's needed. And I think if you're popular for the right reasons, it's a wonderful thing. I think it's more important that you just be kind to people. I would much less be considered popular than I would be considered a really good, kind person.
What does it mean to be proud?
There are positive and negative connotations to the word proud. Pride can hold you back from growing, but being proud in the best sense just means being able to look at who you are or what you have done and be content, be happy. It means being able to feel satisfied with who you are and what you have done with your life.
What does it mean to be a role model?
I think one of the best ways you can be a role model is just by living well, by being good, by being kind, by working hard, by being a good example. I think it's nice if you know you're a role model for someone, but I think you can also be a role model without even knowing it.
What does it mean to be safe?
In your environment, not worried about violence or hate or anger. It also means emotionally and being able to express yourself without worrying about people judging you or being harsh against you. It just means feeling comfortable in your own skin, in your home, and in your life.
What does it mean to be happy?
Liking where you are and liking who you are and liking who you've surrounded yourself with and liking how you spend your days, having things you are reaching for and having things you are striving for. If you don't have that, you're just stagnant. I don't think human beings can be happy when they're stagnant. I think we always need to be striving for something in order to really feel happy and fulfilled.
What does it mean to be a survivor?
To me, I don't feel like I'm a survivor because I think being a survivor means you've gone through something you really needed to survive. I think survivor is a very strong word. It's very empowering. It means that bad things happened, things that maybe you didn't think you could get through, but you did. You got through it. You had the inner strength and grit to get through something that maybe not everyone could get through.
What does it mean to be home?
I think I'm emotional with this question because home is the best place you can be. And I'm lucky there are a lot of places I feel like I'm home. I'm home in my physical home, when I'm with my husband, when I'm at my parents' house, when I'm with my best friend, no matter where we are, when I'm with her, I'm home. When I go back to Minnesota and visit my family, when I go to Chicago and stay with my brother, there are just so many places in this world that I can call home, and that feels amazing to me.